Welcome, dreamer. I want to show you some holiday ornaments from my childhood. I literally found a box of these. Some of these I haven't seen for a couple of decades. And I've only seen what's on the top layer of this box. But I want to show you them and maybe see if I can do some ASMR triggers with them, and we'll see. So, what about you guys? Do you have any holiday traditions? Oh my god. Here's one. Do you have any holiday traditions that you like to do every year with your family? Or whenever you go off and start your own life and your own family, do you build any new traditions? Now, here is this, and yeah, it's covered in dust because it's been in a box for, gosh. So, there were two locations for Christmas. There was our house in Texas, and then another town also in Texas, where my grandparents were on my mother's side, and we went there to do some of the holiday stuff. These ornaments are from my mom's side of the family. They're very old, and gosh, I just loved them. I don't know I think this was an ornament that was on our tree, and my grandparents had another tree, and they had other ornaments, some of which are in this box. All my grandparents passed before I was a teenager. Just naturally old age and all that, because my grandparents, they had their kids, my parents, they had them older in life. My parents had me older in life. And so I have a lot of things and traditions and stories that are from long, long ago. This little bird is really interesting. I don't know if I can make cool sounds with it. And I don't think I want to, because man, these little pieces of glass, I don't know. Gosh, that's real pretty. I've always loved really colorful stuff, even in small amounts, like my background. I always have to have multiple colors and stuff going on. Look at this one. This one is made with little plastic beans. Look at that. I don't want to move it around too much, because I don't want to move around too much, because these were just glued on here with some sort of adhesive. I don't even think it was hot glue. I don't even think that was invented yet. But I mean, I don't really know. Excuse me. I don't really know the tradition or the origin or whatever behind a lot of this. My parents died before they could really explain, I guess, a lot of it. Nobody prepares to pass on into the next life, so sometimes you're left to just sort of figure it out and that kind of stuff. But this Christmas ornament is, God, this is one of my favorites, along with this one, this little birdie. Look at that. That little bird, man. I don't know, maybe they went traveling somewhere. This looks like something that they may have got when my aunt went to Thailand when she was touring around the world with Bob Hope during the Korean War. Or maybe Vietnam, or both, I don't know. But, really neat, these ornaments. And I'm going to place them neatly on my little area over here. here's one. I don't remember this at all. Let me see, is this a little... So, this was definitely an ornament from my grandparents because my aunt was a ballerina, and for a while she was a ballet instructor. And this looks kind of like her with her blonde hair, you know, and she would have it in the back and those little wings, right? These little like metal wings back there. This must have been a gift for one of them. Think about that. Wow, that's something special. Boy, I might want to put that on my tree this year. Just sort of, yeah, my aunt has passed away. Like, there's a lot of people in my family. It's probably easier to say who's still left, but that's how it goes sometimes. Have you ever, I know holidays is a hard time. Is there a way in the world that this can come loose? Am I gonna break it? I know holidays are a hard time, especially if you've lost someone, and maybe you remember the holidays whenever they were there, and now they're not there. But you maybe see a physical object, a material object like this that probably doesn't have a lot of like monetary value. Okay, this horse has a mohawk, and I support it. But when I see this, I think of some memories, And I think that's the important thing about physical, like, objects. Look at that. When we look at things and we have memories, and then we share those memories, right? This is probably another, I'm actually going to be, this is probably from Thailand, believe it or not. There's a lot of stuff that, like, there were pictures, I remember, of my aunt. She went there, she went to the, like, temples and stuff. Maybe it's Cambodia, I don't even know. But she brought back these things, and my grandparents kept them, and that was a part of their story. Of course, I'll have my story here and everything, but it's good to remember back to the past. Here's a fun one. I don't have a lot of memories about this one, but imagine all the stories. Imagine the stories that people have told when they sit around and see some of these ancient relics from my parents' past, right? Guys, this has a very distinct smell. Do you ever smell something from, like, it doesn't just have an aged smell, it has the smell of a place and a time. Brings back memories, for me at least. I'm gonna put that here. Okay, here's one that's just super basic, and I don't know why, but I always had said that this looks like my mom. I don't know, because she would wear cloaks that kind of looked like this, and her facial features are just, it's the spitting image of her. Can you believe it? She was born without a nose, and her eyes were lopsided. I'm kidding, of course, but this ornament, I don't know the origin of this one, but I can tell you what I remember. I remember sitting on the floor. The Christmas tree is there, and my aunt My aunt would always be the Santa Claus. She would be the one that distributes the gifts and says, okay, everyone, this is the present that this person is going to open. Everyone pay attention to when them opening this present. And, they take turns. And she was basically the ringmaster, so to speak. And here's one little, I guess, red, white, and blue. I don't know if this is, supposed to be patriotic themed or if it's just colors that they decided looked neat. But this looks like it has made of sequins or something on there, Boy, that sure is special. It looks like it could light up, doesn't it? It doesn't though. It just catches the light, I'm pretty glad that I have the capture card that I do for my camera so that you can see the high detail of all of this. Really neat piece. Putting all these over here on the side. I'm gonna have to put them all back. Now here's one. Super simple ornament, but it's real special. Most of these ornaments that you see nowadays, they are made of plastic. This one is glass, and there's something knocking around in there. And if you look on the very bottom, you see these little, sort of brown spots. Maybe you can't even. Yeah, these little brown spots just right there. Those are probably from sitting in a tree. We would have real trees, like the ones that were from a tree farm, and you cut them down, and this would hang in the tree and sit on there, and it would get the sap from the different branches, you see. This one maybe would be in towards the center of the tree, and there would be a lot of the sap, a lot of the resin from there. I think that's what that might be. Really neat, and it's been painted. I wonder, let me get a light and see if we can see through it. I have this little eye inspection thing. Can you see? I need to turn down the lights for this one, maybe. You absolutely cannot. No, it has been absolutely painted over. Really neat. With a really thin, some sort of airbrush spray paint type thing. Or maybe even the glass itself sometimes is another color, but it's this really pearly color. No camera can really do a lot of these justice because they're just so nice. Wow, okay, here's another one. It's absolutely glass. Unpainted, of course. And look at these little roses that were on there. Wow. They would sell things like this from department stores. Not just Macy's and, JCPenney and all that. I mean little boutique department stores, I guess is what you might call it. We had a department store, a couple of them that were just hometown type, but they were just as fancy on the inside as any of the Macy's and, Dillard's like you see today. Nice piece. Or it could have been from Sears. Sears was a department store. Okay, this here's an example of one that's plastic. This one was just bought at like, grocery store or whatever. You can see the line where it's pressed. Makes for a good trigger though. They would put, back in the old days, they would put toys on the tree. Just like people would put candy canes. And this is one of those type of symbols of that time. Little toys, little gifts and things like that. And you would go and look and you would see that stuff. Here's an old wooden horse that on wheels type of thing. I remember seeing this as a kid and thought, boy, I sure would like to have one of these. Look, the wheels even spin on it just a little bit. Sort of see, but really neat. And this was like hand painted. In all the days now where everything is just made in a factory that a machine prints out everything, it seems like this, somebody somewhere, even if it was in a factory, they painted this. And it appears that this was done so in China, or at least that's what it says on the bottom. So, oh man. Here is another one of those birds. And I love that somehow these little metal hooks for these have stayed on here. Okay, this bird looks like it's gotten into it flew into a window or something because its beak has been knocked off. But look at that, man. Look at that. Somebody spent the time to make all this. These beads, if you look, the blue, like the head of the bird, these are little tube type of beads here. And they've been glued to the side of this. Look at that, this glass, this reflective mirror type of stuff. Wow, sure is neat. I love that. Another memory. And I'm just sort of hanging these on the side. Whoa. What? Okay, I am discovering this from in real time. I want you to know this was not crafted in a factory, nor was this crafted by anyone at some sort of boutique store. No, this masterpiece, if you can believe it, was made by me in the first grade. Bo, first grade. Do you see that? And look at the googly eyes. These, they were stuck for a bit. Dude, you can even see the plastic in here. Let's get real close. Look at that. The plastic is like turning amber because of the age. I literally made this. I must have been 7 years old. I made this. This was on the tree every year. Oh my god. These little clothespin type of things. Guys, this is legit really special. I'm not gonna get emotional, but guys, give me some. Simpler time. Back when the whole family was still alive. Oh my god, stop it. doing it. Guys, that's literally me. It's a little photo of me, and I put it, or my parents did at least, or maybe a teacher did in one of these. I don't know if I can keep recording this. This is pretty emotional for me. Alright, let's get one that it won't make me freaking tear up. Here's a sled with a little freaking person on it. And a tree. Happy freaking Christmas. Look at that. Look at that sled. There's a picture in here of my sister. In 95. I'm not going to show that one. Oh my God. I'm not going to show photos of my people that aren't me, but there's a photo in here. This is from 91. Or 90. The picture is from 1990. This little, like, cedar thing, it's my brother. There's one of me in here. There's one of me, I'll show you one of me. Oh my gosh. The other wooden thing, it's not here. There's another one of my sister. Oh my God. Freaking cute. Get out of here. I already showed you a picture of me. God, you guys. Let's look at this. Here's what can only be described as somebody bagged up the poo from the yard. No, this is actually not. This is a shape. Hang on. Oh, that's gold paint, not freaking brown random. Okay, this is an angel. I'm sorry, angel with harp. This is shaped out of something. I don't have a lot of memory of this one. This is from my grandparents' tree. And this is fishing line. So neat. Seeing pictures of my siblings that I haven't seen for decades is hard. This is a plastic violin. My mother was a musician. And boy, there's like little pieces of glitter and stuff. This violin, or maybe it's a cello. This might be a cello. Anyway, my mother played all kinds of instruments. Wow. Okay. We had a piano, one of those like a stand-up piano. We had a stand-up piano in the house, and I don't know what happened to it. It was replaced with a baby grand. Now, my father bought this for my mom after I had left the house, after I had turned 18, 19, left for the Navy. Forget how old I was exactly. But he bought that for her. Or maybe it was when I was a teenager. Anyway, and this is just one of the instruments that she played. She played the piano as well, the organ, all kinds of guitars and other stringed instruments. And oh, hang on, this little angel needs to get back. Get back in the bag, angel. Where are you? I'll find it later. Stuff is just, oh my God, you guys. This, I hope I don't break it. Alright, now I have to look at these before I show you to make sure I don't show someone's face or name that isn't permission. Okay, this one was made with, and there's a little bit of drip from the hot glue or whatever it was, but this is similar to the other. Somebody must have made this. But boy, oh man, this is glass. You can tell because the little dot on the bottom from whenever the glass was blown. Like, my mom would make these. We ran out of the like regular hooks, like these kind of hooks for ornaments. And so she would just get a paper clip and bend it out like that and then use it to hang on the tree. My God. This is from 1983. This was before I was born. This was the year before I was born. My parents lived in the big city, far away from here, but it was far different back then. At some point they moved here and moved into a ranch here in the hill country that the family had owned. For a while we didn't even go buy a Christmas tree. We just went out on the ranch and we would literally cut down a tree. It wouldn't be like a regular fir tree. It wouldn't be like the ones like you see in the photos and the stories and all that. It would be a cedar tree. Literally a cedar tree. We would go out and pick it, and there would be no snow and sled to bring it back. We would just go out there in a pickup truck and go bring us home a cedar tree, and we would hang these ornaments on here. This is another handsome cutie freaking patootie. Guys, I remember that shirt. God, that was such an ugly shirt. It was even a hand-me-down. But yeah, this masterpiece was also made by yours truly. And I didn't write that. Somebody with far better handwriting than I wrote that on the back. Did I write that? No, somebody that knows how to. But I mean, even then, they just sort of scribbled it. Man, this must have been. Guys, this. Guys. What does this say? This is a little bell. And if you look inside, it says 1985. And then it says mommy, but it's spelled the way my mother spelled it, which is M-O-M-I-E, which was, you know, she does what she wants. She is the mom, right? Okay, that sounds kind of cool. This is just a little Santa elf. Oh my God, freaking cute. With a little bell hanging on there. We use this. And this is just made of, you know, clay or some sort of ceramic. I almost don't want to use these for a lot of ASMR triggers because they are so. Oh my God, you guys. I might need to re-record this because I am too freaking emotional. That is me. Me. I made this, or at least I was present when someone made it. And this is cedar. This is like a cedar post that had been cut and made hollow inside. And it says on the back, oh my God, I knew it. I was like, I must have made this in Boy Scouts or something. I did. Bowman, picture from 1990, made in Boy Scouts in 1992. So the picture was from 1990. I made this in 1992. My mom was so good about writing on the back of photos and different things, just sort of like a record keeper. You guys are about to see what this looks like from the illuminated other side. Where's that little light? Ta-da! Here's an hooray! The picture of it's too bright. Anyway. There's another horse. I'm not sad, I'm just bringing up good memories. Here's Santa Claus after he got some work done from the plastic surgeon. He's still repairing. Here, what's going on here with that? There's this reindeer looking at him all judgmental, like, bro, what are you doing with that over here? You're trying to look younger. You're like 607 years old. What's up? This is an ornament that actually is two-sided. It has my name on one side and my sibling's name on the other side that I'm covering. I remember this. 1989. This mouse. Guys, which one of these looks like me? 1989. I'm blown away right now. Memory lane. This is taking way too long, but I don't even care. Jesus Christ, I'm okay. What? Lord have mercy. This bell. Certain sounds. Guys, do you remember certain sounds from your childhood? Like the sound, the specific tone of that bell, I remember as if it were yesterday. Here's Santa Claus when he was going through his hipster phase. He had to wear this little beanie, kind of like that, you know. Thought he's cool. That like vintage bell, you know. He thinks, look, you probably got it at a thrift store, you know. These glasses don't even have lenses. What a fake, right? Wow. Here's one of my sister, so I'm not going to show her face or name or anything. Wow. Oh my god, getting all soggy over here. Look at this. This is just, now this is made of like, not wood, not paper. Guys, this is called Memory Balls. Decorna Inc. 1980. Memory balls. You guys got memory balls? Well, I've got one. They're very rare, apparently. But look at that design, dude. What? Like, 1980. This was my parents. This is probably my grandparents got from someone or something. Yo, this has a good sound to it. Look at these three little mice singing a song, dude. You ever go caroling? You ever go caroling when you're forced to do it when you're a kid? And you're like, come on, we're going to the church. We're going to sing caroling songs. And you're like, but it's cold. And I don't know why you had the accent like, I talk like this for some reason. Whoa. Alright, this is simple, but it's just something I remember. A mirror, like, it just reflected the light just the right way. And it was always just so fascinating. Little pieces of glass or little pieces of mirror. Is just the pear. This is the other one. Yeah. This is from 1979. It has my mother's name on the bottom and the year written, but this is her little mousy. Just little stuff that I'm seeing that's traditions, family, memories from a time before me, almost as if I carry the memory too. But, God, do you have any memories like that? Anyway, thanks for being here. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and